Hi. We're here to talk about a movie.
But not just any movie.
Shyamalan movie. What's that?
Okay, it's just me now, huh? There we go, alright. So we saw The Visit. Not his worst movie.
Yeah, this is actually surprisingly one of his better ones.
Still not good, but it's better than After Earth. And much more hilarious.
I'd say this one was passable.
yeah, but it's a step up from those last few movies.
Yeah, which thankfully which I've been avoiding since The Happening.
This movie was fucking weird. Like, even by my standards, this movie was fucking weird.
But it resulted in one of the greatest moments of
the third act is amazing. Like, it's worth all the other kind of boring direct crap you get through 3/4, like 2/3 of this movie. The last third is phenomenally awful / fantastic.
Yeah.
In the worst / best way.
It's one of those things where Shyamalan basically decides to let everything go off the rails, but just in the best way possible.
Oh my god. Okay. So, if anyone's wondering, yes, there is a twist. And to give us credit, it is one of his better twists.
Yeah, it's something that, is subtly believable. Like, they actually did give a couple small hints to it in the beginning.
Like, honestly, I was expecting demon possession or, fucking what else is there? Aliens was the also the one. They hinted at aliens. I thought for sure first, oh, god damn it, we're gonna do aliens in the water. Because you missed a part of that whole monologue. Just telling stories there are these aliens that spit in the water. If you drink their spit, they drag people into the water. So oh fuck, are they aliens? No, thankfully they're not aliens.
Yeah, that would have made sense because the aliens hate water.
Yeah. Honestly, for a second there, I thought it was a giant sign. No, that's sign reference. I don't think it was, but where to start with this? Okay.
Let me double check the names of these kids. Oh, now I remember. Was it Tyler and Rebecca?
No, it's not Tyler. It's T.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so let's start with these two little shits. So,
only one of them was a little shit.
Well, the other one was kind of pretentious little shit. We need to find the elixir. What? Okay, that was issue one I kind of was movies. In fact, it's a Shyamalan thing. Nobody talks like this. Nobody would ever talk like these kids do, or anyone else in general.
Okay, admittedly, the younger. That's the thing about the other kid though. Is as annoying as he felt more believable as a kid for the most part.
I don't know how kids are into can freestyle rap, which let's talk about that shit.
That's the sad thing. Is I believed it.
Okay,
that didn't make it any less annoying though.
So the movie's about. It starts off where this mother, for some reason, had a falling out with her parents after she fell in love with a guy 10 years older than her. I guess he was a substitute teacher or something like that.
Yeah.
Either way, long story short, they had 2 kids. Guy decided he had to like someone else, left them all, completely abandoned them, and now the kids are off to their grandparents' house, who they've never seen before.
Yeah. Over the river and through the woods to grandparents' house we go.
Yeah. Okay, we're not making this into a musical. That being said, I would love to see a Shyamalan musical. Not a musical based on a Shyamalan movie, a musical directed by Shyamalan. That'd be amazing.
Sadly, this is the closest we got to it, but yeah, an actual legitimate one would be nice.
I'm talking classical, not whatever the fuck this was. A part of this script felt like this is how Shyamalan thinks kids talk, rather than how kids actually talk.
Yeah.
They're using words the one younger brother, his name is Tyler, but he calls himself T, because he's a freestyling rapper.
T something or other.
I don't know, who cares? It's some dumb rapper name.
Yeah.
But he prides himself out being a young freestyling rapper, and he even then he literally has a gold chain, a backwards hat, and one of those loose jackets.
I don't remember the gold chain.
The gold chain was there.
Oh.
Trust me, I was oh, god damn it. My problem was, it wouldn't be so bad if they didn't make sure you listen to every goddamn second of his stupid little freestyle rap.
Yeah.
And they do, from beginning to end. They have, I think, 3 or 4 of these in the movie, where they make you sit down and listen to these
3. There's 2 in the beginning, and then there's the one during the credits.
Okay, God, I'm tired. But they make you listen to the whole fucking thing. It's like, this is a found footage movie. We couldn't cut this for no reason. No.
Yeah.
Like I think you heard my audible fear when the second one happened. I was like, oh fuck, is this gonna be a thing?
Yeah.
Thankfully, it kind of wasn't.
Yeah.
And then the daughter who's doing this all because she wants to make a documentary documenting the connection between her mother and her grandparents and all this, and she almost makes like this weird spiritual thing, whereas like she just doesn't like her parents. This is fairly.
Well, she wanted to learn. She wanted to learn the reason why. It's like
no, but she made it to like a whole spiritual thing. Like it's actually a part when she's like, for some at random points, people often like face themselves, like turn to face the camera for no reason. Often has like say things we don't need to know. Like I remember this part where it's like the boy is gonna go into the shed and. Just after the grandpa leaves the shed, he turns and goes, I'm going to go into the shed. Thank you for pointing that out to me.
Well, yeah, basically they're just kind of showing his what the fuck, what the hell expression. It's like, okay, yeah, I mean, but there were definitely some things that could have trimmed out of this, maybe more than even hour and a half.
Yeah, this movie could have easily cut down to 75 minutes. But anywho, but we're
on the one hand, it gave the kid diversity. On the other hand, it was annoying as hell.
Yeah, this gives on my nerves fast. But the daughter, honestly, I didn't really like her all that much better because she's one of those. I'm not making a film. I'm making art, and we all know people like this. To be fair, and I don't doubt Shyamalan is one of them. I'm being completely honest, because she calls like her big goal for this whole movie is spoiler alert. She wants to get a video of her grandparents saying they forgive her mother for leaving them years ago because she feel like that'll help make her mother better or something like that. But she calls this, I need to find the elixir. Why the fuck would you call it that? Ever. No one would ever call it this. The only reason you call it that point is because you want to add some mystery to it is you don't reveal it in the plot. That's the only reason you would call it that.
Yeah, that did stand out. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, because it's not like they allude to from the very beginning. And just at halfway through the point, she just goes, I need to find the elixir for my mother. It's like, are we in a Dungeons and Dragons movie all of a sudden? Well, it kind of turns into that. Yeah. They do roll dice.
Yeah. Need to recover. Yeah. We need to recover health.
You just got my joke. Yeah.
Need to recover hit points and stamina.
Yeah, exactly. We'll get to that because that's where its own section point alone.
So anyway, yeah. Like, right from the get-go, like, stuff gets weird, like, after 9:30 hits.
Because that's when they go to bed, but it turns out Granny gets a little kooky after 9. And increasingly, like, both weird and hilarious ways.
Yeah.
Because the movie tries really hard to make his grandma scary, and every time... I don't think it is. Like,
sometimes they do, sometimes they're just trying to be a little... Like, they're purposely trying to be goofy with it.
I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I think they're trying to be scary through and through.
Yeah.
This is the part where you like, I think you... I don't know. I don't see it. I don't think Shyamalan has that kind of self-awareness to him.
Yeah.
Because it's never reflected in any of his other work. I don't think it's going to start here.
Well, I'm not sure. It's possible he finally learned his lesson. I'm just saying after...
When has anyone in Hollywood ever learned their lesson, Grant?
James Cameron learned his lesson after Piranha 2. David Fincher learned his lesson after Alien 3.
First off, Alien 3 was horribly butchered, and that was David Fincher's first movie.
I know. That's true. But still, he learned not to let executives get in his way.
And in Shyamalan's case, maybe they should.
Yeah.
But I'm not convinced for a second this wasn't, like, the goofiness was intentional. I don't think for a second that was the case.
I'm not saying it all is. I'm saying it has its share where it's, like, even by Shyamalan standards, like, you could tell, like, it's like, okay, it's a joke. It's like...
Like what?
Like, it's just all this, as you said, a lot of stuff were just like the grandma's, like, crawling around in the lung of each other. It's just the way they play it off. It feels less hammy, a little bit more intentional.
I don't buy it. I don't. Like, given Shyamalan's line of work, considering The Happening, which was meant to be taken 100% seriously and is the greatest unintentional comedy, right up there with The Wicker Man. I don't buy it. I don't buy for a second that was intentional. Maybe the actress did it intentionally like that, but I don't think that's what Shyamalan wanted. No. I will give the actress, like, for what they are given, this movie's well acted. I'll give it that.
Yeah. And that's what's making me wonder, because, like, it's very, like, the fact they're able to, like, pull this off with a straight face, like, there's got to be something there that, like, wasn't there before with some of these other movies.
Yeah, someone said, I was like, dude, you gotta have your actors have some fucking energy, for God's sake.
Yeah.
You can't just drain them out there like fucking Anakin from Star Wars.
Yeah. Are you going to kill me in my sleep? What? No!
So, the movie where he looks like damn it, I lost the line. What was that line in Australia about it?
I can't remember. Something about, like, yeah.
How every phrase sounds like a question. Like, that's what it was. Anywho, so they go to the parents' house. They go to the grandparents' house, and like I said, immediately spooky shits are happening after 9:30. So they question the grandfather about it, but it turns out there's something a little bit off about him too. The grandpa's probably my favorite character in this movie.
Yeah.
Because like his performance is kind of subtle for a good portion of the movie until like the very end, where he just goes from like 0 to 100 in like a heartbeat, and it's amazing. It's amazing.
It's one thing if you're like, on a pacing standpoint, it didn't make sense, but on the other hand,
oh my god, it's amazing.
Yeah. That is the other reason why I can't help but feel like at least that part, it was they partially knew to be goofy with it. It's just like,
again, I don't think that was the writing though. I think that was just the actor. Like, it's Gary Oldman when he's in a bad movie. You know, it's like, I know the script is shit. I'm gonna play it as big and as obnoxious as I can. I'm not convinced the director had anything to do with it. It's like in Leon the Professional.
Yeah.
Where it's like, watch Gary Oldman's performance in that fucking movie. It's amazing, but it's campy as shit. And I don't think that was the writing's intention.
And that's why I'm saying, if it's one thing if one person does it, maybe questionable a bit too, but the way that everyone plays it off, the fact that it is everyone.
Everyone how?
Except for the mother, because she doesn't get much of a chance to really be amidst the goofy crap.
Like, again, I don't buy it. I don't think they make it like the grandparents, sure, maybe, but the kids, no. I think, there were jokes in there.
Yeah.
But I don't think that was them playing it off, the whole thing off as campy and goofy. I think it was more just playing on horror tropes. That's all I took that as. But
probably. Yeah. Regardless, though, as you said, they're playing on it.
But when the script tells them to, I'm talking about the gym parts that are supposed to be scary and horrifying. Yeah. I'm not convinced are meant to be taken as comedy.
Okay.
There's some parts that are played off comedy afterwards, like the part where they open the door and Grandma's just buck-ass nude, scratching at a closet wall, and then close the door and goes, I think I'm blind now.
Yeah.
So,
I just love the look on that kid's face. It's just, I think I'm blind.
Like I said, it's well acted for what it is. It's well acted. But as they're there for a week, so as the week goes on, things get a little bit weird, a little bit weirder, and of course, there's also a lot of padding.
Yeah.
Kind of out of nowhere right in the middle of the movie.
Yeah.
The part where the daughter just goes, okay, I'm going to stop doing whatever it is I'm doing, and now I'm going to record interviews of my brother and myself, and we're going to talk about our dad, even though that really has not come much into play at this point in the movie. But
kind of. They mentioned it a few times.
They mentioned it a few times, but it hasn't really got much of the focus, so it just kind of feels like, it kind of felt jarring, like it took you out of the kind of slowing building tension they had with the grandparents going on.
It's like, on the one thing, it was decent character development, but then, I agree. I understand where just, it felt like they could have segged it better.
Yeah, for things, it's kind of felt like, okay, I guess we're doing this now, okay. Yeah. And not to mention the way that girl was talking got on my nerves fast, too. Where it's like, no, you gotta get the talking about the focals and the angles, and I need to get the elixir, and we need to be able to dramatize the story. I hate the soppy bits. This pretentious little 13-year-old brat.
Slightly off topic though. That camera they had, when they said they got that in a broken camera bin, I was
bullshit. Yeah, I saw camera.
I was like, you got a goddamn Canon 5D. That camera, the Mark III specifically, goes on retail for about $3,500 with a lens.
Shit.
So that's why I was pissed. No, that is bull.
Oh, that's the part you call bullshit on.
Yes. No, and the fact that she had Manfrotto tripods. As a... So, like...
Only you would catch that.
I was like... Because those tripods cost a few hundred a pop, too. You see what I mean? I was like, so we got the...
Wait, $100 for a tripod?
Few hundred.
Why?
Because it's Manfrotto. So you got that even broke... So...
That's like spending $3 on sunglasses. I could buy one for $20 which is the same thing.
In all fairness, they're pretty high grade.
It's a fucking stand!
Yeah, but 1, versatility, 2, actual quality so it doesn't bend and break. Like, I've used those things before, they're nice.
It's a fucking stand! Before I actually got like a $50 one, I just stacked some books up.
But yeah, it's like, when you hear that, like, yeah, the mom was a Walmart employee, yet they got the overpriced Sony Vaio laptop, the overpriced Manfrotto tripods, the well, actually, maybe they got that camera for a decent deal considering it was busted, but how? I don't know. Still, no one puts a 5B in a bargain bin.
That's the part you got really mad about?
I was jealous.
Fair enough. Because, like, I mean, I've gotten mad about some nitpicky shit before.
Yeah. No, that doesn't harm the movie, that was just my own personal...
Fair enough.
Yeah, that was my own personal thing.
Fair enough. Alright, for me it's more romantic movies. How does the nerdy guy get the hot chick? Bullshit!
That's pretty much the equivalent of what I experienced with that.
Fair enough. Fair enough, I can respect that.
Yeah, I do agree, yeah, there was some padding, and yeah, there was definitely some pretentiousness on that person's part. But of course, at least we're on agreement that the rapper kid got annoying as hell.
Oh yeah, he did. But I did kind of get more and more excited as the evening parts are going on. I was like, oh boy, what's Granny gonna do this time?
Yeah. I was a little disappointed with the oven payoff, though.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Because they kind of built that up. Like, there's a shot in the trailer where, Slen's drawn with Granny goodness, and she takes the pan out of the oven, and she looks at the granddaughter, and she goes, "Can you clean out the oven, dear?"
Yeah. No, it's like, would you mind getting inside the oven to clean it?
There's a pause, I think, to clean it. Can you get inside the oven? They clean it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they do that like another time.
Yeah.
And then she closes the door.
And
5
cleans
seconds.
the door.
Cleans the door, and then opens back the door again. See?
Yeah, what's the fuss?
But it's okay.
Yeah.
Because 5 seconds later, we got Grandpa coming in going, "Who wants to play a family game night?"
Oh my God. So yeah, also I will admit, I'm still convinced this is meant to be a horror humor hybrid, but I also will admit that, yeah, there were definitely a few ones that, like, were trying to be creepy that, as you said, did
not at all.
Or just weren't anything, where it's just like, okay.
Yeah, I don't...
That being said, though, the fact that he was actually able to elicit, like, a bit of tension here and there, as well as get a pretty good amount of laughs, is definitely, as we said, it's
a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
It shows that maybe he's not completely terrible.
Yeah. And then, as we said, the third act just ratchets it up.
Yep. Okay, so let me set the scene for you here. So it's getting close to the last night there. Now, at this point the kids know something's up, and
they actually already revealed the twist at this point.
So
we're gonna give people 5 seconds to stop or skip ahead.
Are you really gonna go see this movie?
It's been getting decent reviews.
It's still like only at 60 in Rotten Tomato.
Which, after Earth was like less than 10, and Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Right. Just on a side note, though, while we're stalling, we did kind of get a fun audience for this.
Yeah.
Like, we were all kind of on the same page. It was kind of fun, because, like, everyone was kind of laughing at the same bit we were laughing.
Yeah, except the teenage girls who actually screamed out, and then...
Well, there were the teenage girls who were looking for something to scream at.
And then there was one guy who just went, "Oh, shit!"
Yeah. I mean, like, there's always, like, one of movies like this, just the girls that are just there to scream and hug their boyfriends. Or girlfriends. Whatever it may be. That's the only reason they're there.
Yeah.
It's not going to take much for them to jump up.
When they screamed, we laughed even harder.
Yeah, I think some people were laughing at your laughter too, though. Not like
yay, I'm a trendsetter.
Yeah. But anywho, so at this point, they're calling mom on Skype, kind of panics, like, "Mom, you gotta get us the fuck out of here."
It's like,
shit's going
why?
wrong.
What's wrong? It's like they're being weird. Oh, look, let me see them. Okay, here's something that's wrong with that. Spoiler alert.
They're not your grandparents.
Yeah, this is what happens.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you send your children to a far-off place via public transportation.
Yeah. Some people will murder your grandparents as poses them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's basically strongly hinted at that they were mental patients at the place that the grandparents volunteered at.
Yep. And for some reason, the discovery of this suddenly turns grandpa and grandma into cuckoo birds.
No, I think they're just at their limits.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It turns out sundowning is a real thing, though. I looked it up. Because, like, the whole explanation of why grandma's cuckoo is the fact that it's something called sundowning, which is a form of dementia. It's like, bullshit, there's no way it's a real thing. I googled it. Oh, shit, it's a real thing.
Yeah. Well played, M. Night Shyamalan. Well played.
I don't think it quite goes to this extent of...
let's face it, it's still better than that Romeo and Juliet thing from Transformers 4, assuming that's even real.
I think that is real, but at the same time, it's like, when you put that much research into why your underage sexual relationship is still valid,
Ew.
Yeah, but we need to tie that back in. Jesus, I forgot about that until you brought it up. I don't think I hate that movie as much as you did, but it had some fun parts. Ballerina! Why are we whispering? We can talk louder than that.
I don't know.
Alright.
But,
anyway, so at this point, we know something's terribly wrong. It's getting close to night, so everyone's going to start losing their shit. And naturally they do, because Grandpa starts coming in, and you already tell something's off, because he all smiley. He walks in like, hey, you know what we should do? We should have a family board game night. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
This is right, like, I think only a couple seconds after the oven scene. And then, at this point, you can tell, like, he's officially all evil because the shadows are there and everything.
Yeah.
And he's all creepy and shit. And then, of course, he comes back and leaves back. He's got, like, a Yahtzee thing. And he's going, let's have some fun. I don't know what the line is, but it's something to that extent.
The funny thing is, like, I feel like there might have been a chance that they wouldn't have instigated things had they not decided to go officially find out what happened to their grandparents. There was a chance.
Maybe. At the same time, it's kind of... Oh.
Yeah.
Pizza's here.
Yeah.
Take 5.
Yeah. We'll discuss the amazingness of Act 3.
Yeah, commercial break. Anywho. So, where were we? The third act.
Yes.
Okay. So, after we get the anticlimactic oven scene, we got the grandpa coming in, he's all excited, let's play a board game, you know. And apparently the board game is Yahtzee, which is a joke I made before they actually started playing Yahtzee. Now for the next part, it really deserves to be defined in its own category of things that I've loved from this year. It's right up where Jupiter is ascending, you know, I create life! I take it away. Yeah. Still the best scene in that movie. But anywho, so after the banter starts to get really fucking weird, especially with the grandpa going, I was called the Yahtzee master. You know, they called me out of the cafeteria. I was the Yahtzee master.
And the kid's just like, what cafeteria?
I need to go to the costume party.
And then after he rolls the die, he poops pants.
I was making the jokes like, oh, please let him scream Yahtzee. Please scream Yahtzee. You know, so you go, yeah.
He just like, he does the most awkward walks. Like, yep, he studied how people would walk when they poop their pants.
I don't think he acted.
Yeah. And so, then the daughter's just like, you know, I'm gonna go record stuff outside. She runs off, and Tyler's just like, Rebecca? And then the old woman just like, after stuffing her face with these powdered cookies, rolls the die.
Hold on.
Yeah.
You gotta set the stage for this. Okay, whenever you're ready.
Okay, let's get in closer.
Wait, yeah. Am I doing it? Okay, I'm doing it. Yay! That'll be the top card for a video.
That better be our image.
I'll make sure it is.
So,
I got this.
And oh my god, the audience, ourselves included, cannot stop laughing.
Oh my god.
It was just like 2 minutes of like straight laughter, which superseded any like
drama
Yeah.
or horror you may have been shooting for up to this point.
Yeah. on that topic, girl checks out basement, finds dead grandmother in there.
Yep, not really surprising.
Yeah,
After that
and
point.
bloodied hammer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
As one does.
yeah.
But. Mm-hmm.
And then after there, Grandpa goes super crazy when he comes back and just go, yeah. How
And-
will we finish the game? Just 3 of us.
It's the 3 of us.
And then he basically just like
Tries to kill. Locks the
Locks
girl
her-
and
yeah.
the.
locks Rebecca in the room with crazy grandmother after he takes her up there.
After which she decides to do like inexplicably terrible decisions. At the point where you're like, hey, you know the homicidal grandma who's sitting right in front of you? Why would you turn your back to her?
And it's like, look away for no good reason.
And she's still there. It's like, why would you look away?
Yeah, that part I was just like, what in the hell? And also, this is another moment where like it was kind of less, where I will admit it was less creepy and more funny.
Yeah, 'cause especially the part where Grandma is decided to crawl under the bed. So for some reason, the daughter goes on top of the bed, and then Grandma starts reaching around like, hee, gonna get you, which is actually a line in the movie.
That was another kind of awkwardly funny spot.
Yeah.
Where just like,
And just keeps doing that over and over again, and then the girl's going, this is so frightening, you know, there's so many things I could be doing about it right now.
like grabbing the fireplace poker and beating the living hell out of her skull.
Yeah, or really any form of self-defense
Yeah.
other than what she did, which is then when Grandma sees to crawl under the sheets and stand up on the sheets so like a big spooky Klans member.
Yeah.
Like she, for no reason.
That part,
She turns around to the mirror, because I guess she does, oh, I get it, because she couldn't look herself in the mirror before.
Yeah.
That's fucking stupid.
Yeah. I was just like, why here other than to, like, look at the old woman in the mirror instead of doing it directly like she should have?
Yeah, and then surprisingly she gets her face bashed in the mirror. It's like, okay.
I was like, dead kid, dead! Aww.
And that's like, it kind of comes from the boy. It's like, there are so many other things you could be doing right now to help stop the situation. I mean, at least this boy made a bit more sense in
Yeah,
context.
because the whole, he basically is known to have control issues, as well as he is prone to basically freeze in immense states of terror and, like, stuff.
You got problems with germs, don't you?
Oh! Oh, where the kid gets literally shit-faced. Oh!
Because the grandpa has dysentery, which I should not be talking about while I'm eating.
Hey,
so
what does this look like?
1,000 cocks to you. Now back to
Hey, it could be worse. I could have mashed this up first, then put it in there.
You're an asshole.
I'm an asshole. Oh, right. Copyright. Can't sing it.
Yeah, no. God knows I don't need them on my ass again.
Yeah.
I'll get some fucking like company from Canada to sue me.
That was Australia.
No, this one, the company off branch that blocked our video was from Canada. I know, weird. But anywho, so you're gonna eat with barbecue sauce after that whole thing?
Yeah.
You're a braver man than I. I don't think I could do it, but I probably could. This chicken was actually pretty good.
I can actually separate, like, visual anxiety from food.
Good for you. Anywho, so where was I? Oh yes. So naturally, Grandma dies, and
because after Rebecca gets her face slammed in the mirror, she takes a shard of glass and stabs Granny repeatedly with it.
Yep. Meanwhile, the police are not there yet, because apparently there actually is a policeman named Jerry that works there.
And it's only one officer.
Apparently only one officer. Our one officer is gone today.
Oh my god, they did say Officer Jerry!
Yeah.
How did I miss that joke?
Yeah, I caught that joke. It's like, okay. Because there's a joke early on in the movie where they say, like, they have this game where they point to random buildings and say who lives there and what they do. It's the one they did for the police station was like, oh, that's Officer Jerry. He goes there, but he's not there very often. Instead, he wants to go out and be a line dancer or something like that.
You see, that is one of the things that makes me think Shyamalan's being smarter than we were giving him credit for, because the fact they would make
I think you're giving him way too much credit. But
that, like, the fact they made that tie in such, like, a quote-unquote tense moment, I was just like, oh, in retrospect, that's pretty funny.
I'm not as convinced. But anywho, so yeah, Grandma dies, and Grandpa has the boy frozen in terror downstairs. He takes the time to take off his pants,
Take off
neatly
his
fold
diaper.
his poopy diaper, casually walks up to the boy,
And he goes, "You're a bit of a germaphobe, aren't you?" Slam in his face. The entire audience goes, "Ah!" That's not an exaggeration. Us included were like, "Yeah." So now he's shitting there. Now they're shitting there. Now they're he probably was shitting there. If he's shitting there, was shitting his face.
It's just great when the old guy has the cameras reset. You just see the kid in the corner with crap all over.
It's like, my mom made me be in this fucking movie. All because my sister's fucking documentary.
Well, in all fairness, the mother was off on a cruise, so they couldn't really do much anyway.
Yeah, fair enough. But at this point, she was back. She's desperately trying to get to them. Well, trying to get Officer Jerry on the phone. But anywho, so the daughter comes in, grabs the grandpa, tries to pull him away, and then the little boy loses his fucking shit, charges him, bashes him against the sink twice,
and then
beats his head with a refrigerator door.
Just like, wow.
The only thing that made it better if he started going, "You embarrassed me in front of her."
Oh, yes.
Yep, Daredevil's probably a sequel. That's just the Kingpin. That was his real upbringing. You never do see Daddy Dearest in this movie.
But, and it
keep kicking him! Keep kicking him!
Yeah, the kid mentioned how, at some point, he was at a football game and, he froze, when he was 8 years old, and, everyone was shouting stuff at him. He didn't necessarily remember it all. But here's where all just came forefront, where it's all the humiliation and just frustrations where he could finally get control just came back and he just unloaded.
To me that felt a little forced and kind of tacked on.
Yeah.
And to me, I don't know, if I'm about to savagely murder someone, I'm not gonna go, "The runner needs to move! The runner needs to move!" I'm gonna go, "Die, you old fucking bastard!" And then I'm gonna beat him to death. Which, don't hold that against me in court. Don't go in the basement. Sorry, I was thinking Kingpin. You embarrassed me. Oh, God. We're not selling it highly enough. And the third act really does make this movie.
Oh my God, it's just so great.
It's so over the top. It's so ridiculous. It's unintentionally hilarious. We laughed our asses off, and it absolutely made this movie worth seeing.
Yes.
Even if it does end with a entirely unnecessary rap to sum up the entire movie.
In all fairness, it was at least during the credits, although why we stood there...
I don't know either. I kind of sat there why am I watching? I can leave. Why am I here? And of course it has some kind of sappy moral at the end, which is, I guess, kind of a Shyamalan thing.
Yeah.
Don't hold on to anger forever.
Because then
you'll be held in with your creepy, homicidal, not grandparents who will want to throw shit in your face and then kill you.
In all fairness, that is a pretty good justification to not be angry. So it's they're bits of creepiness, bits of humor kind of permeated throughout, but just, once you get to that third act, it is it felt like the longest setup to the greatest joke. Kind of with that, what was that crappy, Death Proof. Where just it felt it was an hour of next to nothing, except that movie had even more nothing. And it was all just to hear Kurt Russell scream like a little girl, and it made it all worth it.
It's you ever see Adaptation?
No, but I know I should.
The entire movie was kind of like that, except in Adaptation, it was clearly intentional.
Yeah.
Where the whole movie up to to the halfway point, it just kind of delivered boring. Nothing much happens. It's a character hating himself over and over again until he gets to an acting seminar or screenwriting seminar led by Brian Cox, who takes him to a bar afterwards, and he goes, "Okay, let me tell you a secret. The third act makes the movie." It's what? It's you can get away with everything you want, anything you want, you can get boring as you want in the first act, while I'm in the end, and you've got a hit. More or less what this movie is.
That sounds about right.
The other thing reminds me was the Patton Oswalt sketch. Have you seen that one?
No, I have not.
About he's talking about. Okay, I'm gonna do the abridged version of this because the whole thing would take too long.
Yeah.
But he's talking about like how he went to go see Jerry Maguire in theaters on Christmas Eve, and they're like the shittiest Cineplex that ever existed in LA. And he goes like, it's where the dreams of cinema get peed on nightly, is how he described it. But anyway, we're drunk and we watched this movie and I kind of liked it. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. My brother, unbeknownst to me, hated the movie. And I'm talking seething there, teeth going, this piece of shit. But he doesn't say anything until the very end of the movie. We have that big dramatic moment where they go like, you had me at hello and all that stuff. And the camera zooms into his face and he says, Tom Cruise, he has a tear in his eye, and says, we live in a cynical world. And that's when my brother yelled, fuck you! As loud as he could. And it's like, and I have never laughed harder in my life. He was like, what's your favorite comedy? Jerry Maguire and brother yells, fuck you at the screen. It is a 90-minute setup to one punchline.
Oh, which reminds me, another little thing I had trouble believing, once again, involves the camera. Okay, at one point after the girl kills not Granny.
Oh yeah, when she tries to break the camera with the like break the lock with the camera.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I just like that too.
No.
Either way, she's clearly not hitting it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's not like in As Above, So Below when you believe she hit that fucking zombie with the camera. That wasn't a man. That was boom.
It was such a terrible movie, but that moment alone was so glorious. No, even better when she does the speedrun version. Oh my god, that was great.
Yeah, so, you want to talk about trailers? Do you have anything else? How do you want to talk about trailers?
No, we were like, it's going to be varied opinions on how you feel about this movie, but it is hard not to agree. The third act is glorious insanity.
What he said. So, for trailers we got quite a few. So we got Crimson Peak.
The new Guillermo del Toro horror movie.
I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
That looks decent. I mean, I'm not sure how scary it's really trying to be, but I have yet to see a movie from Guillermo del Toro that I haven't at least kind of liked.
Yeah, even his weakest stuff is okay. Like Blade 2.
I mean, at least you get some cool designs out of it and some neat visual ideas. So, I'm looking forward to that. And nothing else has Tom Hiddleston. So, that's a bonus right there. Then we got Krampus. Which, it's September, guys. Do I really need to see the Christmas trailers already?
Well, in all fairness, it's taken a while for the movie to come out anyway. So
still, it's like...
Okay, in all fairness, have we not also been seeing the Christmas trailer known as Star Wars?
That's Star Wars. That's a different fucking story.
Fair point. But I'm just saying...
Unless it's the Star Wars Christmas special.
Oh, dear God.
Being re-released in theaters this Christmas. That'd be an interesting experience.
Oh, yes!
Drag all my friends, lose all my friends in the same night.
Yeah, basically this looks to be like another kind of like horror comedy.
Yeah, this one looks like it's much more intentionally a horror comedy than I would argue this is.
Yeah. Because
at least that one has it in the title, horror comedy.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll see that with this one. But
I didn't see that part in the trailer.
I think I either looked it up earlier or at some point.
Yeah,
but
probably that's what you did.
Yeah, I looked it up and it said horror comedy. So it's like, okay, it's clearly trying to be a comedy. Okay, fine. But yeah, I don't know. Christmas movies like this are always kind of hit and miss. It could be good. I don't know. We already had like the old woman sage who somehow has all the answers in the movie, and she happens to be the main character's grandma. So another horrified, haunted grandma.
I did not catch that.
So it's like, okay, we got that cliche going for it. I don't know. It could be good, but I haven't seen enough of it to really say.
We'll see. It's got a few interesting people like Adam Scott and David Koechner who are in a lot of those B movies, who ironically were also in the coinciding Piranha movies.
Never saw Piranha.
Adam Scott was in Piranha 3D. David Koechner was in 3 Double D.
I never saw either of those movies. So
just watch 3D, not Double D. Double D was terrible.
We got Zoolander 2, which we've already talked about in the show before. I don't really have anything new to say about it, except I'm not looking forward to it.
Yeah, we're both in agreement for that. I mildly enjoyed Zoolander, but yeah, this next one just looks... then again, it's a teaser, but it was a bad teaser.
Yeah. Then we got The Last Witch Hunter. The Last Witch Hunter, which is the Vin Diesel fantasy action movie.
Where it goes from Season of the Witch to The Sorcerer's Apprentice with Bilbo Baggins as a priest. Oh, just like... This trailer does nothing for me, yet the concept seems amazing.
I can't wait. Like, this trailer kind of sold me, it's like, oh my god, this could be a fantastic B-movie camp fest. I can't wait. It's like I'm hoping that'll be like this year's equivalent to Dracula Untold last year.
Thankfully, I didn't see that.
Oh, that movie is fantastic, dude. For all the wrong reasons, it's fantastic. That movie has Bat Fist. It's amazing. It's great. Wah, wah, wah. Yeah. Sorry. Inside joke. Go watch the Hobbit 2 review.
Or that little clip you made.
Or that little clip. We have a little clip on there too. Either way, I know, like, I didn't recognize Vin Diesel at first when this trailer showed.
I didn't either.
Because he has this huge ass fucking beard. He looks like
and hair.
If Gimli was a giant, it would look like his character.
He looked like the guy from Vikings with a bigger beard.
Yeah, a little bit. Like, all I can think is like, fuck, I want to see Vin Diesel in a Viking movie now. That's all I can think of. Man, I want that so badly. I didn't know I wanted it until now. Now it's all I can think about. Vin Diesel's coming. This land is my land. This land is your land. Anyway, I'll kill you and take your land. Anyway, so then we got Concussion, which is a Will Smith movie.
Yeah.
I have not been impressed with Will Smith lately, so I'm kind of skeptical.
Yeah, I'm curious because it looks like he's trying again.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Because in Focus, he completely phoned it in. Ironically, he liked Focus. I know, I'm not proud of that joke either, but this one, like, I don't know, I feel weird. I don't know how much this actually happened, how accurate it is. I know, like, sports corporations are corrupt as fuck, so it wouldn't surprise me if a lot of this is
there actually was a scandal about that, about the whole fact they were covering up the concussion instance and the extremities to which it...
Yeah, I'm sure there was, but at the same time, I feel like, was nobody aware head injuries existed before this happened? Because I feel like saying that you shouldn't hit your head on things over and over and over again, it's pretty common knowledge. We didn't have a name for it, maybe, to go, hey, maybe you shouldn't do this. This is bad for you. Really? And I know the
even with the helmet.
Even with the helmet. I have to wear a helmet now. I feel terrible for that. That's
PC principal.
That's post-football game. Let me put that way.
Yeah.
Send your hate mail to...
What is all these jokes about these today?
There was more than that? I don't remember seeing anything else offensive.
You made another comp. No, well, it wasn't a comp, but you said something.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? I'm not going to even say what I was about to say, because out of context, that was it was like, oh, no.
Yeah, well, thank you for making me sound like... Whatever, apparently now the viewer's like, what the fuck did he say? Don't worry, it wasn't anything bad. Well, that bad. It was pretty innocent, and I redacted shortly thereafter.
Yeah.
But anywho...
it was a slip of the tongue.
A slip of the tongue, thank you. And, well, thank you for... Now I have to go on my own political platform. I did not have sex with that woman, because she said no. But anyway...
God, after the... Just weird, I read a Facebook post about that earlier.
The last trailer guy was for a movie I'm excited for. The Hateful Eight.
Yes!
Tarantino's bad.
We are finding a 70mm theater to watch this in.
Okay, is that going to cost me a small fortune?
Well, it's IMAX.
So yes.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Alright.
They better have a tech museum. Just because I don't want to have to drive to either Dublin or San Francisco.
Why on earth would they have it at the tech museum?
Because that actually is a 70mm IMAX theater.
Yeah, but there's like... Contextually, there's no reason that would be a...
They played Harry Potter and Superman Returns there.
Well, Superman Returns, you can argue, is sci-fi and aliens and shit.
I suppose.
But, well, that one apparently has Lex Luthor using technology and somehow defends him against all military actions, except not really, so anyone can bomb him at any time.
Yeah.
Which is the one thing that didn't really make sense to me. I think I made fun of it, too. But anyway. Yeah, Hateful Eight looks good.
Yeah.
I think there might be a twist that Sam Jackson's secret playing Django.
Honestly,
well, all those movies are connected. It's possible.
if you ask me, I think I know what the twist is.
What is it gonna mean?
When they say about one of you is not who you say you are. Pretty sure it's Kurt Russell because he suggested it.
Maybe. It's like those things. A Western kind of bottle movie mystery. I'm totally down for that.
Oh yeah,
I'm totally down for that. And of course, I mean,
it's Reservoir Dogs meets. Oh, okay. It's basically Reservoir Dogs meets Django.
Yeah. Well, it's Tarantino, so it makes sense. I will be curious to see what kind of hidden connections are between this and the other movies he's made.
Yeah.
Because he was doing Shared Universe before Shared Universe was cool. I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, that's all the trailers. So you got any last words on?
If you want some bizarre fun, this movie will be for you. Admittedly, if you're not a fan of Shyamalan, it's probably gonna be harder to enjoy this because it definitely has a lot of those key moments. But here, it's a lot more tolerable and dubiously purposeful.
This is I don't want to say return to form, but step in the right direction for Shyamalan. Yeah. Is it great? No. Is it terrible? No.
Yeah. As I said, it's passable.
Yeah. So, yeah. I think that's all we got. So, next week we got quite a few. We got the Johnny Depp movie.
Woo!
Black Mass.
I'm looking forward to that.
I look forward to that one too. I need to get a movie.
Yeah.
We got one that's not so good. We got Sicario that I also want to go see. I don't know if you know what that one.
Yeah. No, it's one of those like I remember seeing the trailer for it. I just don't remember anything about it.
Yeah, it's the Benicio del Toro, Emily Blunt movie. So that should be good. And what's the third one? I know it's the third one. I'm blanking on what it is. Maze Runner. Fuck. Maze Runner 2.
The fact that this one's doing worse than the first one means you might be screwed.
I don't know. We'll see. I think you're way too forgiving on the first one. The first one didn't make a lick of fucking sense.
Yeah.
And the characters were intolerable.
Yeah.
But
thank you for watching the review.
Yeah, thank you guys for watching. We're gonna do other shit now. So see you guys later. Not actually shit, because we don't want to.
You don't want any poopy diapers.
No. YAHZEE!